Super Lloyd. Super Jordan Lloyd. This is what had to happen for Poland to advance against Bosnia, who put up a great fight in this 8th final matchup. To be honest, I felt like I actually underrated them a little bit in my prediction. In general,
you disrespected them,
disrespected them a little
not
bit.
Even maybe, but clearly disrespected them.
For sure, because these guys actually showed that even without Janan Musa, without all these other guys who couldn't join, that they're a dangerous team. They were in the game the whole time until a very crucial moment. We'll talk about that. Now we got a Poland going through and potentially meeting Turkiye. Not potentially.
Not potential. They're meeting Turkey.
Potential is gone. In reality, meeting Turkey in the quarterfinal.
Aurimas, can you go back with this Superman Jordan Lloyd? It just look how this red fits him so well, huh? I mean, there are no coincidences. He won the NBA with Toronto.
Isn't his name now
Lloydowski?
Lloydinsky? Jordan Lloydinsky.
He might get few more nicknames because Martin Gortat is actually very active on Twitter and on podcasting. I didn't know that, but I'm following him on Twitter. I have noticed that he's really active on the social feed. He was actually concerned about this game in the beginning, and I remember one of his first tweets was like, "Thank God the game is long, and we have a chance after this tough start where they were down in double digits."
Yep.
And this guy is also one of the reasons why they came back. 17 points in the first half, right?
Three-pointers, yeah.
And he finished the game with 25 points again. And he scored more than 25 points in 4 games in this Eurobasket. And according to FIBA Opt stats, it's more than all the other Polish players combined in the competition over the last 35 years.
Wow.
So Jordan Lloyd, 28 points to finish the game. He's different. And just once again, I'm gonna remember you guys that he's so far the best naturalized Eurobasket player since at least 2011, because no other naturalized player averaged as many points as Jordan Lloyd currently in the competition. We need some stats to be updated, but before this game, he was averaging 22. So,
and I would like to highlight a little bit his leadership, not only on the court, but even on the bench, because we saw one of these timeouts that actually we had to replay a few times to just see what exactly was said. But it was one of the plays, defensive mistake, miscommunication from Balcerowski and another Polish guard. And then on the bench, you see a very mad Mateusz Ponitka, their true leader, let's say, throughout the years. Not that Jordan isn't, but I'm saying, a Polish leader, let's say like that, who was shouting like crazy at Balcerowski, the center, and Balcerowski was like, yeah, I know, it's my bad, and then Jordan Lloyd goes to the coach before Coach Igor Milicic started saying any directions and stuff like that. He goes, "Can I just say something?" He said like, "We're good, fellas. Let's calm down. Let's relax." This is a very important thing to have, because I'm sure that Poland was panicking at the beginning. So many possessions ended with turnovers, with missed shots, and that was all the nerves before the game. And you could tell that, again, what we're seeing throughout these round of 16 matchups, if you're the quote-unquote favorite on paper, you're struggling. I don't know if this is going to continue to be the rule, but so far, every single game, the favorite on paper, by the betting odds, however you look at it, they're struggling because they can't deal with the nerves. And if the other team starts making shots, like Bosnia, for example, shot 9 of 15 from 3 in the first half, it just puts the pressure on. But as you mentioned, it was Jordan Lloyd who broke that dry spell offensively. He finished, like you said, with 17 points in that first half.
And I've just checked the guys who are scoring more than Jordan Lloyd in competition. The group is quite solid. Alperen Şengün, Nikola Jokic, Deni Avdija, Lauri Markkanen, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Luka Doncic. It's like some of the NBA star players, actually. But it's a good point that you made about his off-the-court impact, because he does the same things in Monaco as well. We all know that Monaco is full of great players,
And a lot of difficult characters.
Great personalities, funny guys, and a lot of colorful personalities. You're right. They're interesting. And Jordan was always, from the day one he joined the team, he was always a glue guy. He knows how to approach everyone. He knows who to calm down, how to talk with somebody, and he was really holding the locker room in many ups and downs that this Monaco team had. So I'm not surprised he showed his leadership. I mean, he's experienced enough as well to show leadership, even being this naturalized debutant and rookie in the Polish national team and making an impact on and off the floor. It's just something. And we're gonna talk more about Bosnia for sure, but on one side you had Lloyd, and on the other you had John Robertson. The problem is that he got injured. He probably got the same injury as Bogi Bogdanovic, so you could see that probably it was hamstring, and you could feel that the tournament is done. And even if Bosnia advance, they'll have no chance against Turkiye. The problem is that you could feel that the whole team was already exhausted. It feels like they couldn't cope with this load that they had in the previous couple of games, because even John Robertson, in the last couple of games, he was playing 35 minutes or so. Coach tried to keep Yusuf Nurkic fresh in the end of the game, but he basically overkept him on the bench when the margin was getting wider for Poland. And, those shots that you mentioned that all fall in the first half, no shots were falling in for Bosnia in the second half. So I think in the second half, they made only one. No, I'm wrong. Not one 3-pointer, maybe more, but 2 3-pointers. Yeah. So, I mean, it feels like they did everything they can, and a lot of people were sleeping on them.
But it's also due to Poland's defense that was a bit better in the second half. Even from the end of the first quarter, they picked it up on defense, and a huge part of it is one guy that is everywhere all at once. Mateusz Ponitka, FIBA Ponitka, a different guy. He never manages to have this consistent input in the, let's say, club competitions at this point of his career. But when it comes to playing for this national team, for Polish national team, he's all over the place. Actually, in the third quarter, he was the decisive guy and took over from Jordan Lloyd, who only scored like 4 points in that quarter. Meanwhile, Ponitka scored 8 points, already had at that point 9 rebounds. Also, what else? Yeah, just he's everywhere. He's on the defensive end. He's poking the balls out from Nurkic from the post. He's making all these deflections, hustling for every offensive rebound. It's just when you have a guy like that, just leading by example with effort, and I think that pulls the whole team up. And even if you're not making shots, if you're making mistakes, you just see a guy like that on the court, like a true dog. And I think you, as a teammate of Ponitka, also try a bit harder. And I think that defense actually was the key to the victory here. But of course, first of all, kudos to Bosnia for putting up the fight. But John Robertson's injury was the game changer, where they still had a chance after that injury. And he had played just under 32 minutes in this game. And that's about 2 or less minutes of rest. That means it's because this injury happened 4th minute into the 4th quarter. So that means he only rested for a few minutes, like you said, 32 and 35 minutes in the previous 2 games. The load is too much. This guy also depends on his quickness, on his explosive moves to create space and create shots. He was doing that very well. He had also 16 points in the first half, almost didn't miss a single shot, only got blocked once. Had 4 threes. He was a true offensive leader for that team at first. Then it became a bit more about Nurkic playing inside and so on. But generally speaking, losing Robertson really meant, that the game chances are probably over, and it just emphasizes again the same thing. This tournament is short, intense. Games are almost every second days. We had some back-to-backs even, and the leaders are falling out. The ones that have the biggest load, it all accumulates. They're falling out. Some are accidental stuff, like let's say, I don't know, maybe Jokubaitis' injury was accidental, but like Bogdan Bogdanovic, no contact whatsoever.
Robertson the same.
And with Robertson, he just like he got shot in the foot, honestly. And yeah, for Bosnia, I just wanted to say, yeah, I definitely underrated them in my mind. I admit that we all make mistakes, we all make stupid predictions, and also I wanted to say thank you guys who went there, all the fans, Bosnian fans, because the atmospheres they were creating, the songs. I felt almost like watching a EuroLeague game because their way of, let's say, supporting the team is just like club support. It's like organized. There are chants and songs that everyone knows. They're singing the whole time. And I remember even from the 2022 Eurobasket that was the case. After wins, especially, they like to sing. The players get involved too. Just a beautiful thing to watch in addition to their basketball.
The last thank you one comes to Ponitka, of course. You said all those great things and you were right. He scored 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists tonight. He actually recorded his 4th double-double in Eurobasket, and only Marcin Gortat has a better total with Poland since Eurobasket 1995. And what's interesting, another crazy stat line. So before this game, Ponitka was averaging at least almost 18 points, 4 assists and 8 rebounds. Again, I've checked who else had the same 18 plus 8 and plus 4 stat line. So the names are Alperen Şengün, Luka Doncic, Nikola Vucevic, Nikola Jokic, and then Mateusz Ponitka. So that's pretty cool. But, you know...
Now it's the real question we got to get to.
There's only one last guy who actually rounds up this, great team and great individuals. We know that FIBA's Mateusz Ponitka is a different guy. They brought Jordan Lloyd, and this was the decision that came after a decision-making process, finding a best fit next to the team to replace AJ Slaughter. Also, other guys, the way they build this team and the way they still manage to be competitive in this very competitive, Eurobasket scene this year or 3 years ago with all these NBA stars. Poland made their 4th quarterfinal in the Eurobasket after 1987, 1997, 2022 and 2025. Igor Milicic, the head coach of the national team, was the guy who guided the team both in the last competition and this one. And this gap, we're talking about 25 years.
Yeah.
So he managed to build this team, to make it look great as a team, to squeeze the best of Mateusz Ponitka to be called FIBA Ponitka. He managed to find Jordan Lloyd. They all managed to convince him to join the team. And you could say that they have limited talent, but as a team, they're uncomfortable. They're a tough opponent. And I think the main question that you had was, is that a legit threat or opponent to Turkiye in quarterfinals?
Well, from my personal perspective, I can't say anything confidently anymore in this tournament. I used to think, it's all
But it's not your fault,
pre-written.
It's not your fault, Gitas.
But nobody could expect these things.
All these predictions, they were just thrown into the trash bin.
Point being, the good part for Poland is they will come into this game with nothing to lose. They're not playing at their home crowd with their home crowd anymore. They're gonna be the underdog. That's just whether you like it or not, they're gonna be the underdog in this matchup against Turkey. So psychologically a bit easier again than this game, for example. But and even though it's a one game, yes, they do have Jordan Lloyd who can go off. He can go off for whatever, 34 points or something like that. They have the Ponitka with his effort and all that, who might also be a tough matchup for Cedi Osman defensively. But at the same time, you look at Turkey's weapons, and they have guys like Sipahi or Hazard defensively to put on Jordan Lloyd and contain him. They have then Cedi Osman, who's also great on defense, on Ponitka. And then you see what else Turkey has, and they have Alperen Şengün. I haven't mentioned this guy's name yet, who's in his peak shape at the moment. And really, I don't see how Polish bigs are going to stop this guy. Especially, we saw how well he played against a slower-footed center like Jokic, let's say, who wasn't really, let's say, protected, wasn't hidden in the defense like you're supposed to do with Jokic, and was attacked a lot. And I feel like Balcherovsky's going to be attacked a lot, and I don't think they'll be able to do anything if they drop. Then Şengün's going to shoot a lot of threes, and yeah, I just think Turkey has way too much to offer. And even though anything can happen in one game, you know, you can just miss shots like Germany did for the majority of the game and then have a run. But you never know. But I'm leaning like 80% Turkey, maybe 20 for Poland.
Actually, Turkey reminds me a little bit of Bosnia. They have a lot of same weapons that they had, and we all saw how tough it was for Poland. If they were a bit fresher, if Nurkic was fresher, if John Robertson was on the court, we don't know how it might have ended up. And Turkey, they have the same weapons. I mean, Alperen Şengün will be a problem to Poland's defense. They don't have bigs that can stretch the floor, so they can use it as a mismatch. Bosnia made those three-pointers in the first half. Turkey has all the shooters to make those shots, right? So I think it's a quite tough matchup, not a very comfortable matchup for Poland. But, you know, Igor Milicic surprised us in the quarterfinals against Slovenia last time. He's a reason for hope.
And most games so far have been competitive regardless of who was playing. So
Poland always stays there in those games. So you cannot say that they have no chance. Of course, I claim that Turkey is a kind of a strong favorite to win this one.
Yeah.
But with this FIBA Poland, you never know.
And also, both teams have short rotations. Today, Polish guys, there were only 6 people who scored points for the Polish team, and three of them didn't play whatsoever. One guy played 47 seconds, and then it's basically an 8-man rotation versus 8-man rotation. So, freshness-wise, I don't think either team will have an advantage here. So, I don't know, guys, but I'm just excited to keep watching these games. I'm excited for tonight's rest of the game. So make sure that you are in the loop. So you're subscribed, you have the notification bell on, because we're reacting right away after the games. Make sure you don't miss out on these. Also, like you saw a couple of the social media posts, we post a lot of good content there. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BasketNews. And finally, all the latest news updates and so on, you can find at BasketNews.com.